Hi, welcome to Grand Tour. Today we are in a very special place. I'm inside the villa of an emperor. We are at Villa Adriana, just outside Rome, a place where you can still see the beauty and the scale of the ancient walls still standing today. It's also a beautiful and very interesting place if you're staying in Rome and want to explore the area around the city. Let me know in the comments if you like the villa and what you'd like to see next. Now, sit back and enjoy the video. Let's start.
Just a few miles from Rome, about 20 miles, there is an incredible place, Villa Adriana. Getting here is very easy. If you drive, it only takes a short time on the highway to reach Tivoli, a charming small town just outside Rome. It's full of things to see and, of course, Villa Adriana. But to be honest, this is not really a villa. It's more like a walled city with gardens, pools, baths, residential buildings, pavilions, fishing ponds, and much more. Once you get your ticket, you walk a short, pleasant path through the typical landscape of central Italy, and you arrive at the entrance. The walls are impressive right away. You immediately understand that this is not a villa in the way we imagine it today. I don't think I've ever seen walls like this in any other modern villa. The greenery is rich and beautiful, and there is also a lovely artificial lake. The villa was built by Emperor Hadrian between 118 and 138 AD. Originally, it covered about 120 hectares, that's around 230 American football fields. The many buildings were connected by a network of roads, both above ground and underground, for walking and for transport, serving the entire complex. Built near the Aniene River, the villa had plenty of water, essential for the complex system of fountains, nymphea and baths. Water was not just functional, but also a key element of decoration throughout the whole site. For example, this is a very special place called the Maritime Theatre. It is a small villa within the villa, built on an artificial island in the center of the circular canal, originally connected by movable bridges. A true masterpiece with iconic columns and mosaic floors. This small, private space seems to have been one of the most secluded areas of the entire complex, probably used only by Hadrian himself. A quiet, reserved place where the emperor could spend time alone. Hadrian was born in 76 AD and became emperor at the age of 41 in 117. He was a highly educated man, raised with an aristocratic background. He was an architect, a lover of beauty, a musician, and a great admirer of Greek and Egyptian culture. He is considered one of the emperors who contributed the most to Rome, thanks to his wise administration and his policies of strengthening the borders of the empire, which at the time was the largest in the world. He was also the nephew of Trajan, and before becoming emperor, he served as governor of Syria. During his reign, he traveled across the entire empire, including Egypt and Greece. And maybe it was this combination of constant travel and deep culture that inspired him to create something as unique as Villa Adriana. Just a short distance from Rome, the center of the power, Hadrian created an extraordinary place, a complex that brings together and connects the great cultures that Rome saw itself as heir to. Throughout the villa, you can see influences and references to Greek culture as well as Egyptian culture. A good example is the Caryatids, directly inspired by Greek art, and the Erechtheion on the Acropolis of Athens. And you can find them here in the Canopus.
Hey guys, we are in the Villa Adriana, the villa of the Emperor Hadrian. But we have something of Athens here next to me, the Caryatids, these beautiful ladies, Roman copies of Greek originals, masterpieces of the 5th century BC, located on the top of the Acropolis of Athens. Hadrian was a Philhellene. He was in love with the Greek culture, and this is the evidence of it.
The Canopus was originally the name of a port at the mouth of the Nile Delta, connected to Alexandria by a canal. And this very canal is recreated here with this long artificial pool. On one side you see statues directly from Greek art. On the other side there is the Serapeum. This place, the Serapeum, is also directly linked to the Egyptian culture, as it was a temple dedicated to the Egyptian god Serapis. So what emerges is the portrait of a great emperor. Powerful, yes, but also cultured, refined and complex. His policies show him as a wise ruler, but his personality was clearly more layered. Walking through these ruins, you never feel something exaggerated. The scale, seen with modern eyes, might suggest luxury or excess, but that's not what you feel here. What you experience is something deeper.
This place is more like a small city. Hadrian built all of this almost 2000 years ago, and the idea was simple: bring the world here. He had traveled all over the empire, and instead of choosing one style, he mixed everything Greek, Egyptian, Roman, and created his own version of it. And you feel it while you walk. It's not just ruins. There's space, there's silence. There's this sense of scale that's hard to explain. Also, imagine this fully alive, water everywhere, fountains, people, colors. It must have been incredible. And then you have details like the Maritime Theatre, the little private island where he could just step away from everything. Even an emperor needed some quiet time. This place is really about power, but also about taste, curiosity, and maybe even a bit of solitude.
The monumental complex expresses a kind of magnificence and skill that make even such a vast project feel balanced, never too much, never overwhelming. At the time of Hadrian, the empire was at its peak, with the largest borders in Roman history. And this sense of greatness is something you feel as you walk from one space to another, moving from one wonder to the next with surprising ease. After a while, you almost get used to circular pools, fountains, massive buildings, and perfectly preserved mosaic floors. And maybe that is the real wonder of this place. It is magnificence and simplicity at the same time. It is Roman identity embracing and celebrating the cultures that came before. It is something extraordinary, becoming almost ordinary.
Our visit is coming to an end. Soon we'll head back to Rome. Places like Villa Adriana are intense, dense and immersive. In my opinion, even more than a museum with its artworks. Because in a place like this, you can still feel the scale and the presence of the ancient world. These spaces are directly connected to real lives, to people who lived, decided, and built here. And when you walk through them, you don't just learn history, you feel like you're part of it, even for a moment. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a comment. Bye from Grand Tour.